and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties.
With the swearing in of former Iowa Secretary of Agriculture Bill Northey as USDA Undersecretary of Farm and Foreign Agricultural Service, U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue filled an empty position on his organizational chart after a nearly 5-month delay. However, the secretary still faces a plate full of challenges. Undersecretary Northey is the first to hold the title, which covers international trade of American agricultural products. That trade environment grew cloudier this week after President Trump enacted tariffs on imported steel and aluminum.
Today, I'm defending America's national security by placing tariffs on foreign imports of steel and aluminum. We will have a 25% tariff on foreign steel and a 10% tariff on foreign aluminum when the product comes across our borders. It's a process called dumping.
European Union leaders promised to retaliate.
President Trump has recently said, and I quote, "Trade wars are good and easy to win." But the truth is quite the opposite. Trade wars are bad and easy to lose. For this reason, I strongly believe that now is the time for politicians on both sides of the Atlantic to act responsibly.
While the European Union represents less than 10% of global steel production, it is the largest source of imported steel for the United States. The White House has floated a tariff carve-out for Canada and Mexico if the renegotiations of NAFTA are successful. Canada and Mexico are the second and fourth largest sources of steel for U.S. manufacturers. The steel industry has seen declining wholesale prices over the last 5 years as capacity grows and plant utilization declines. China, which produces almost half of the world's supply, has been blamed for most of the surplus, pushing prices down. The U.S. imports only 2% of its steel directly from China. Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue sees the tariff tiff as part of a larger struggle over trade.
But I think he's in a position, the United States, he believes solely in his heart, America first and American people first. That includes American agriculture. And that's what he's working toward. He wants a good deal with NAFTA. I think we'll get one. I think even this effort this past week may put us in a better position to get a better deal in NAFTA than we would have gotten otherwise.
Domestic critics of the tariff plan abound, even on the Republican side of the aisle. The economy is on the right track, thanks in large part to President Trump's leadership, but imposing tariffs could wipe away all of this progress as quickly as it would take the president to sign his name.
The president's right to point out that there are abuses. There clearly is dumping and transshipping of steel and aluminum. That's absolutely happening. There's a big overcapacity problem. Let's go focus on that. Let's go focus on the abusers of that. And that is why we think that the proper approach is a more surgical approach so that we do not have unintended consequences.
Voices on both sides of the Atlantic are hoping the president steps away from a trade war. However, EU Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker is prepared to fight back.
Also wir verhängen jetzt auch Importzölle. Das ist eigentlich eine stupide Frage.
This is basically a stupid process, the fact that we have to do this. But we have to do it. We are now imposing tariffs on motorcycles, Harley-Davidson, on blue jeans, Levi's, on bourbon. We can also do stupid. We also have to be this stupid.
From Market to Market, I'm Peter Tubbs.